There's a moment, right before you lean in, when the world becomes painfully quiet. Her breathing slows, her eyes flick down for just half a second, and suddenly, without speaking, she's telling you everything she'll never admit out loud. Because a woman doesn't just want to be kissed, she wants to feel understood. She wants to feel like you see the parts of her she hides from everyone else. And the truth is, most men have no idea where that kind of connection really begins. But you're about to understand something different, something deeper, something most men live their entire lives never realizing. Welcome to Be Feminine, where we decode emotion, unravel desire, and walk into the hidden corners of the female mind. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, not because of the button, but because every video is a doorway into a world most men never step into. Now, let's begin. There are places a woman loves to be kissed that have nothing to do with lust at first. They have to do with memory, vulnerability, and emotional surrender. These places aren't random. They are psychological switches. Touch them. And you don't just kiss her body, you kiss her mind. But before I reveal the first place, I want you to understand a truth most men overlook. A woman falls for moments, not moves. She falls for the pauses, the anticipation, the way you make her feel like the rest of the world isn't allowed to exist when she's in your arms. Think about it. Every woman remembers the kiss that made her weak. Not because of the technique, but because it happened in a place that felt personal. A place that held meaning. A place that whispered, "I notice you, and I want you exactly as you are." And when you kiss her in these places, she won't tell you it mattered. But her body will. Her eyes will. Her breath will shift. Her guard will melt. Because these are the places that awaken a woman's instinct to trust. One of the most powerful things about attraction is that it never begins where you think it does. Attraction hides in the soft places, the unnoticed places, the places she didn't expect you to touch but secretly hoped you would. Imagine this. You're with her, maybe sitting close, maybe standing by her. You don't rush. You don't force anything. You wait until the moment feels like it just builds itself around you, and she looks at you, the kind of look that says she's ready to let you in a little deeper. And then you kiss her. But not on her lips. Not yet. Because the lips are the obvious place. Every man goes for the lips. The real magic begins somewhere else. In a place that tells her you're not looking for a moment, you're creating one. A kiss that isn't loud, isn't showy, isn't about taking. It's about telling her, "I'm here, I see you, and I know how to touch the parts of you no one else pays attention to." There is a certain kind of kiss that feels like an emotional fingerprint, something that imprints itself on her psyche. And when you touch her there, she won't forget it. Not in a day, not in a year, not in a lifetime, because a woman remembers the man who makes her feel safe enough to be soft and wanted enough to surrender. And the first place, the first hidden point of desire, is something so simple that most men ignore it without ever realizing the power it holds. The first place a woman secretly loves to be kissed is the place she uses to hide her emotions. Her temple. Most men never go near it. They stick to the obvious, the expected, the places she's been kissed 1,000 times before. But the temple, that soft, quiet spot beside her eye, is where a woman stores the feelings she doesn't want the world to see. Every worry, every memory, every late-night thought she couldn't say out loud. It all sits behind that delicate little space, a place that's closer to her vulnerability than her lips ever will be. And when you kiss her there, softly, slowly, it sends a message her mind understands instantly. You're safe with me. It's not a sexual kiss. It's a grounding kiss, a protective kiss, a "you don't have to pretend with me anymore" kiss. It tells her you're not trying to take anything. You're giving her something she doesn't expect from men. Emotional permission. Her body reacts before her logic does. Her shoulders soften. Her breathing settles. Her guard, the one she's been carrying since her first heartbreak, loosens just a little. Because a temple kiss doesn't seduce her body. It seduces her trust. You're touching the part of her that whispers her fears at night. You're calming the part of her that overthinks. You're soothing the part of her that always feels like she needs to stay strong. And the moment your lips touch that hidden place, her mind makes an unconscious decision. This man feels different. Now imagine this moment. You're close to her. close enough to hear her breath. You brush her hair behind her ear. You lean in, not toward her lips, but just a little higher. She doesn't expect it, and that's why it works. You kiss her temple. Not hard, not rushed, just soft enough to let her feel the warmth, the intention, the meaning. A temple kiss feels like holding her heart without touching her chest, like telling her you see the parts she tries to hide behind her strength, like saying her softness isn't a weakness. It's safe here. But there's something darker underneath this, something most men never understand. A woman gives her heart to the man who understands her wounds, not the man who only craves her lips. She connects with the man who reads her silence, the man whose touch doesn't feel greedy. It feels intentional. And a temple kiss is one of the most intentional gestures a man can offer. Because you're not chasing pleasure. You're awakening emotion. You're telling her that the connection is bigger than the moment. You're showing her you can touch her without needing to conquer her. And this is where women begin to fall. Not for the kiss itself, but for the emotional intelligence behind it. A man who knows how to kiss her temple is a man who understands that intimacy begins before lust ever does. He understands that her desire isn't just physical, it's psychological, it's layered, it's hidden. It's tied to safety, memory, and the feeling of being chosen with care. A woman can kiss many lips, but she only lets a few men close enough to kiss her vulnerabilities. And that's why this first place matters. But the second place? The one that sparks desire, warmth, and a physical reaction she can't hide, is even more powerful. The second place a woman loves to be kissed isn't a place she hides her emotions. It's a place that awakens them. Her neck. Not the obvious front of the throat. Every man knows that. I'm talking about the side of her neck, that delicate curve where her hair falls, where her pulse sits close to the surface, where her breath becomes something she can't control. The side of a woman's neck is one of the most sensitive psychological triggers she has. Not because it's sexual by default, but because it exposes one of her most vulnerable points. Biologically, it's fragile. Emotionally, it's intimate. Psychologically, it tells her a truth she can't hide. I want you, and I trust you. And that combination, desire and trust, is why a kiss there feels like electricity. Now imagine this moment. You're close to her. You're talking softly, maybe even joking, and she turns her head a little, just enough to expose the side of her neck without realizing it. This isn't an accident. Women do this subconsciously when they feel attracted, when they want a man to come closer, or when they're testing your confidence. And you don't rush. You don't lunge in. You let the moment breathe. You place your hand lightly on her waist, and you lean in just slowly enough that she has time to feel the anticipation. Because the anticipation is what melts her, not the kiss itself. And then you kiss her neck. Not with pressure, not with greed, but with intention. Light, slow, almost like your lips are talking to her skin. She feels it instantly, the warmth, the closeness, the weight of your presence. Her breath pauses, her stomach pulses. Her entire focus shifts to the place where your lips just were. This is where dark psychology flows quietly beneath the surface. Because the neck is connected to a woman's nervous system in a way that bypasses logic. She doesn't think, she reacts. It's instinct, biology, attraction in its rawest form. A kiss on the neck tells her two things simultaneously. I desire you, and I choose you. And that combination flips something in her mind. Women don't fall for men who chase them. They fall for men who make intimacy feel natural, who turn a simple moment into something magnetic. Most men kiss the neck like it's a move. But the man who understands dark psychology kisses it like it's a conversation. Your lips say, I notice the places no one else pays attention to. Your breath says, I want you, but I'm not rushing you. Your presence says, you're safe, even in vulnerability. And deep inside her, something unclenches. Her guard lowers. Her desire rises. Her mind begins to associate your touch with warmth, comfort, and wanting. A woman doesn't just feel kissed when you touch her neck. She feels claimed, not in a possessive way, but in a way that says she matters. Because the neck is where a woman feels exposed, and choosing to let you kiss her there means she's letting you into a part of her she doesn't reveal to everyone. This is why kisses on the neck stay with her, why she will think about it long after the moment ends. why she'll remember the way you made her feel. Not rushed, not pressured, but desired in a way that felt respectful and irresistible at the same time. But the third place, the one most men never think about, is the kiss that reaches straight into her heart and leaves an imprint she can't ever forget. The third place a woman loves to be kissed is the place no one expects. Not the lips, not the neck, not anything that looks romantic in a movie. It's the shoulder, not the front, the top of the shoulder, the quiet curve between her neck and her arm, a place that tells a story she never puts into words. Why the shoulder? Because the shoulder is where a woman carries everything she pretends doesn't hurt. Her responsibilities, her stress, her strength, the weight of being the strong one in a world that keeps expecting her to be okay. And when you kiss her shoulder, you're kissing the part of her that gets tired but never complains. You're telling her, you don't have to carry everything alone. Most men don't even think about it. They go straight for passion, straight for the lips, straight for the places everyone else goes. But a shoulder kiss? That's different. It's not lust. It's presence. It's emotional intelligence disguised as touch. Imagine this moment. She's standing in front of you, maybe facing away for a second, adjusting something, picking something up, lost in her thoughts, or just quietly existing. Her shoulder is right there, bare, unprotected, soft. And you step closer, not to start anything, but simply because you feel her. You lean in, and you kiss the top of her shoulder, slowly, warmly, with the kind of tenderness that feels like a secret. No words, no expectations. Just a kiss that says, I'm right here. You're not alone. Her reaction is subtle but powerful. She exhales, not because she planned to, but because that kiss touched the part of her that finally allowed itself to relax. Her shoulder softens, her posture melts, and suddenly, she's not in her head anymore. She's in the moment with you. A shoulder kiss is rare, unexpected, intimate in a way that bypasses seduction completely. It tells her you're not just attracted to her beauty, you're connected to her humanity. There's a darker psychological truth here too. Women fall for the man who gives them emotional rest, not the man who overwhelms them, not the man who tries too hard, not the man who only focuses on passion. A shoulder kiss is the quiet opposite of pressure. It's a gentle kind of claiming, the kind that feels like being chosen, protected, and deeply seen. Because when you kiss a woman's shoulder, you're touching the place closest to her heart without going anywhere near it. You're saying, you don't have to be strong with me. And trust me, every woman remembers the moment she didn't have to pretend. Even long after you leave, long after the conversation ends, long after the night fades, she will remember the man who kissed her in the places that meant something. Her temple, where she hides her emotions. Her neck, where vulnerability turns into desire. Her shoulder, where her strength rests when she's tired. Most men kiss a woman's body. A rare man kisses her soul. And those are the men she never forgets. So now you understand something most men never even think about. Kissing a woman isn't about technique. It isn't about confidence. It isn't even about romance. It's about attention. The kind of attention that feels like gravity, soft, steady, inescapable. Because when you kiss her in the places that matter, you awaken parts of her she doesn't show to the world. Her temple, where she hides her tears and her thoughts. Her neck, where her desire whispers before she ever says a word. Her shoulder, where her strength finally lets itself rest. These three places aren't tricks. They're not seduction hacks. They're doorways into something deeper, a connection she feels not in her mind, but in her soul. And the truth is, women don't fall for the man who kisses them the most. They fall for the man who knows where to kiss them and why each place matters. A man who understands these three places is a man who understands her, not her body, but her emotions, not her appearance, but her softness, not her lips, but her meaning. And when you can reach her there, she remembers you. In silence, in loneliness, in the quiet moments when she wishes someone understood her the way you did. That's the power of knowing what most men ignore. If this spoke to you, if it opened a door you didn't know existed, then stay close. Because here, On Be Feminine, we don't just talk about attraction. We decode the kind of psychology that changes the way you love, connect, and understand women forever. Hit subscribe, not for the algorithm, but for the version of you that knows how to love with depth, intention, and emotional clarity. And until the next video, remember this. A woman never forgets the man who knows how to touch the places she never asks anyone to kiss.